Like, do you think that part of the lack of trust when it does happen doesn't have as much to do with the integrity of the shops, but it has to do with the lack of understanding by the consumer? In other words, I'm not blaming the consumer, but I'm saying the car owner, they don't understand the fixes. So educating them could lead to more trust. Do you believe that?
Oh, absolutely. That's the biggest issue that I've ever seen in the industry. It has never been someone doing things unethically. It's almost always been due to a lack of communication. Whether you're working with someone that's putting carpet in your house or paint on your walls, or someone who's repairing your car. If there's a breakdown in communication, then that leads to misunderstandings, which leads to a lack of trust and part of the industry's reputation. Auto technicians are usually pretty straightforward in the way that they think and the way that they act. And all they want to do is just fix the car. Most of us have gotten into the trade because we like working on cars. We like the satisfaction of taking something that doesn't run and turning it into something that can haul a family up to a ski trip. And that's what they're really about. But sometimes the consumer doesn't understand why we needed to do what we needed to do in order to make their car run correctly. And so they'll accept the initial repair, and then they'll go home and they'll think about it. And because they don't understand, then they don't feel good about the repair. And a lot of that is the industry's fault. We do what we do, and we expect everyone to just accept what we do. Kind of like when you go to the doctor again. You go there and you say, okay, I don't feel good, and he checks you out real quick and says, here, take this prescription and go home and you'll be fine. You don't really know why you'll be fine because he didn't take the time to explain it to you. And that in turn is kind of what we've done, is we've just fixed the car, given them their keys, handed them their invoice, and sent them on their way without any time to explain the repair process. What we do here is we take as much time as the customer wants. Sometimes that's 5 minutes, sometimes that's 25 minutes, where we'll go over the repair. Sometimes we'll take the consumers out to the car if they want to go. Other times we'll use digital photos of the car. When we do inspections on cars, we take photographs of the car. We take photographs of the failed component. We take photographs of the oil leak, and we store all those in customers' files. So we're able to bring those right up and really, put it on a monitor and really explain to the customer, this is what we're doing, this is where your oil leak is, this is the process to repair it, and this is what it's going to cost. And, you should always know ahead of time exactly what your repair is going to cost, and you need to hold the shop to that. When the shop calls you up and says that your car is going to cost you, $510 to repair, when you get to the repair shop, that bill should be $510. Shouldn't be $590 or $620. It's really important that the customer is notified through the whole repair process that what's going on, and if they don't feel comfortable at all, then they should ask for a second opinion or ask for another estimate. It's something that is just part of being a good consumer, is making sure that you're aware of what you're buying.
So communication and education
are the two key. Yeah, those are the two priorities to having your car repaired. And if you have a good relationship with your shop, then the communication should be easy. It should be fun. It should be relaxing, and you should have complete confidence in what's going on. And if it's not, then I would suggest that maybe you're at the wrong repair shop for you.
Right. Blake, most people probably will look to educate themselves after there's a problem, like, they need a timing belt, and then you tell them, oh, we should do the water pump while we're here, and then they get educated on it. Do you think it'd be wise for the average driver to educate themselves beforehand?
I think that really depends on the individual themselves. I mean, there's some consumers out there that we have that walk in the door and hand us their keys and say, here's my car, fix it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care how much it costs, and just take care of it and call me when it's done. And then we have other customers that that really want to know why the brake pads were wearing unevenly and what's the cause of that and what can I do to prevent that from happening. But I think overall as just consumers, I know me as a consumer, when I buy something, I always do my research. It's always something that you should do ahead of time. But I also think as a responsible vehicle owner that you should know, a small amount about your vehicle. You should know where your fluids go. You should know, how to put air in tires. You should know how to check your oil. And if those are things that you don't know, those are certainly things that we will be more than happy to show you. It'll lead to a safer driving experience and more confident driving experience, knowing that if you do have a problem, that you're confident in your abilities to handle the situation.